Yeah, so you was. Yeah. What's up, guys? All right, guys, thanks for coming. We'll just get right to it. Get it in. Appreciate you guys. Some of you have been before, some of it's your first time. Don't be shy. The thing, especially in England, nobody ever wants to ask questions because everybody's so polite. The guys are here. There's several of them. Ask anything, okay?
I'll ask questions, don't worry.
All right, perfect.
He's not English.
So, guys, in England, in the UK in general, there are tons of great wrestlers, okay? But there's not a lot of really, really good wrestling instruction for people. That's kind of what it feels like I ran into, okay? So, to break this down, one of the things that changed our gym and our team's competition success was hand fighting, okay? Hand fighting, not single legs and double legs. Okay, if you can do that, that's wonderful. But as you get older, Paul, as you get older, no, it's like it hurts your back, hurts your neck. It's very, very high risk to shoot singles and doubles. And if you learn how to hand fight, this is almost a way you can fast track your confidence and not be so insecure. Even if you're going to pull guard, learning how to hand fight, understanding snap downs and throw bys and all that, it really, really improves your game. Okay, so if you guys take the time to drill this stuff, I assure you it will majorly raise your jiu-jitsu in general, okay? So, gonna turn it over to Michael Pixley. Michael is a 3-time national champion in America. If you don't, that just means he's a good wrestler, okay? So he's gonna show you guys some stuff. He doesn't do many shots at all. It's all really simple slide bys. All this stuff, guys, is gonna be very simple. When I leave, I don't want you to say like, oh man, Heath knows a lot of shit. I want you to understand it, be able to show it to someone who can help you, and you can drill it in your front room if you needed to, okay? So ask questions if you don't get it, all right? All right, we'll turn it over to him. He'll get it in. Jacob, I think you should get thrown around by him. Okay. All right,
Can't fucking wait. Alright guys, first we'll just start with the basic snap down. So partner collar ties. I see it a lot, guys. People try to snap the bent arm and the guy doesn't go anywhere. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna push in, get this arm straight, slide the hand down to the wrist, and club the head all at the same time. So I push in, arm snap. Hey, and remember guys, when you snap, don't snap straight down. Try to snap at like a slope. So try to take his body over his feet, like that. So the collar ties, I'm gonna push in, get the arm straight, slide to the wrist, snap the head, and just end up in the front headlock. Chin, tricep, with your shoulder on the back of the neck.
You always go for the handle with the chin first.
You can do it from, you don't have to go here. You can just be here and slide it down.
I know you should do that.
I go under the chin because it feeds into like my slide bys and stuff. So it's just preference. Yeah, so start wherever with the right hand. You guys can start under the chin, on the bend of the arm. Just make sure whenever you snap, you're sliding down to the wrist. So push in, get this arm straight, slide the hand to the wrist and the head. And then just catch them in the front headlock.
Is the biggest thing I've seen in jiu-jitsu is guys tie up, okay, and they do this. He pulls me, I pull him, he pulls me, and then after about 2 minutes and you're completely fucking exhausted, one of them just pulls guard, okay? I'm not saying that that's any of you in particular, but that was me for sure. So when Michael showed this snapping at the wrist, I was just pulling down on the arm constantly. So this was like, although so simple, this was majorly a huge thing that changed the way that I saw so many things, okay? So not to interrupt, but I really want to put emphasis on this being understanding this, and it's going to change a lot for you guys. Okay.
So let's move your partner around a little bit. Hand fight. You know, push, pull, and then when you're ready, get to the snap. All right. Don't just snap and then the next guy go. Move them around a little bit. Get the feel of it. All right. Let's try it. The way that I get to my front headlock. Bring it in, guys. Sorry. Alright, so this is the super simple way to get to a front headlock. It's called a football grip. So partner goes gonna collar tie me. I'm gonna roll this wrist over my head, kind of like I'm brushing my hair with this hand. Just remember, guys, you're not ducking. You're not ducking the hand, you're just rolling it over the top of your head. Thumb down. Pushing in, same thing, creating that distance. Rolling the wrist. Now I'm gonna club the head and catch the chin. Just like football in America, running a football. So push in, rugby, brush the hair, football grip, guys. And remember, keep the head center. I don't want it to be on the outside or else it'll just pop out. So I keep his head directly. I put my chest on the back of his neck, keep my chin on the center of his back, and then I just sag backwards. And then once I get his hands on the mat, I can start feeding to my front headlock stuff, whatever you guys do from there. So we're gonna push in with the collar tie hand. Think of it like a lever. Pushing in, getting these arms straight, rolling the wrist off, catching the front headlock, football grip. Elbows are pinched tight around his head, guys, because if he tries to shoot on me, I could just use my elbows as like bumpers. So then I sag back, and you guys can just go wherever you feel comfortable from there. So one more time. Push in, roll the wrist, club the head, catch the chin, elbows tight. Just get into the front headlock, all right? Any questions? Let's clap 1, 2, 1, 2. Same thing, guys. Same thing to the football grip. This time we're gonna use like an inside foot sweep. All right, so I'm gonna kick the inside ankle. Whatever wrist I have, that's the side of the foot I'm gonna kick. All right, I'm using the flat part of my foot. So I got the collar tie and the wrist. If I wanna kick his right leg, I'm gonna circle right and pull this wrist. So I circle, pull, now I'm gonna kick this foot, snap right to the football grip. All right, so as he's stepping back, I should be snapping him to the mat. Don't kick the foot, let him put his foot back and then try to snap. It's all as he's stepping back. All right, you may have to kick it twice, 3 times. Eventually he's gonna be like, what the fuck's this guy doing? Step back, right? So thumb down, circle, get him to step. Right to the football grip. When you get the football grip, try to jerk him to the mat, guys. One more time. Collar tie wrist. I'm always going thumb down, guys. That way he can't roll his wrist. If I'm here, like a normal wrist roll, he can get his wrist back. So thumb down, circle, get him to step, kick the inside foot, right to the football grip.
Ah, shit.
All right, you guys wanna try it?
Fucking break my neck.
Let's try it. Top 1, 2, 1, 2. Try to use the shit that I just showed. Partner grabs you guys can get that off as soon as you can, all right? You grab your head, boom. Get it off, kind of play around. All right, mix it up. Do what you guys would do, but try to incorporate this stuff into it, all right? All right, let's do it. Clap 1, 2, 1, 2. I'll show you the best takedown there is.
Slide by?
Slide by.
Yes. Try to take down.
All right, so a partner's gonna collar tie you. You're gonna re-collar tie, all right? I throw this hand over just like we were doing with the snap down. Pinky in the throat. All right, I'm gonna step in on the outside of his foot, guys. Anywhere you want on the outside. Now I'm gonna twist my hips, look behind me. The hand that's on the chin, sliding to, I like to grab the elbow because then he can't bend his arm, all right? If I grab too low, he can bend his arm. So I always really aim for this tricep / elbow area. I step in, I'm looking behind me. I wanna pick this elbow up and pull it by my face. And I keep the head. And now you're on the back, all right? So one more time. Pinky in the throat, collar tie, step to the outside of the foot. You're gonna turn your hips, look behind you. This hand's sliding to the elbow. I'm pointing my elbow up, straight in the air, guys. The elbow's not bent. Well, it is bent, but it's just pointed up. Now I'm lifting the arm by my head. Then you guys can finish however you want. pinky in the throat, collar tie, stepping, slide to the elbow, hold the arm by your face. If the guy knows the slide by is coming, that's the best time for you to hit the snaps, right? So it all chains in together. But for now, let's work the slide by. All right, let's try it. Clap on 2, 1, 2. Nothing.
So you were saying like the fly bar, whatever it's called,
Fly bar.
go hand in hand, and it's like
Yeah, they
just
chain together.
Yeah, can you go into a bit more detail about why that is?
Okay.
Because I don't quite understand why.
Just the grips, mainly.
Right.
So like I can push in and snap off of the pinky in the throat, or I can step in and slide by off the pinky in the throat. It's kind of whatever he's giving me.
Right. Okay.
If his feet, if he's standing with his feet way back, probably just gonna snap him on his face, right?
Yeah. So those are the cues.
If he's engaging though, probably sliding by.
Yeah. Okay.
Any other questions?
Yeah, would you wait, when you're doing the slide bar, would you wait for a particular foot to step forward more than the other?
So when I got the pinky in the throat grip,
Yeah,
and say he's got this foot back,
yeah,
all I need to do is circle,
yeah,
you know, then I can go.
okay,
So you can make him step with just a circle and a pull.
yeah,
If I want the left leg, I would circle left. If I want the right leg, I would circle right.
okay.
So, why have you made the decision to sort of focus on dominating like the upper body hand fighting as opposed to sort of going for the lower body like double leg singles?
No one likes to shoot.
You're gonna get guillotined if you
Yeah.
shoot.
I think I've had a hot tongue guillotine you, pal.
Whenever I started wrestling, I studied the Russians.
Yeah.
So the Russians are like really, they don't use a lot of effort. It's more like finesse and timing and technique rather than using your strength and speed. So that's just the game that I play.
So would you say if your elbow's quite start to drop with the elbow more than usual, would you say the snapdown is always kind of on this one? Or
Their elbow?
yeah,
Put their elbows down and bend.
yeah. My partner was
Shine,
I don't know, like as an instinct, it was dropping a little bit more than usual the elbow, so it makes it
Yeah, you
awkward
push
for
in
him.
and then you can go.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
It's kind of hard to slide him by if he's like sagging the arm.
Yeah.
Gives me like a lead collar tie.
Mm.
That good?
I've got some more. When I was drilling one of the moves with, well, actually when we were doing the hand fight, so I've got a couple of questions. First one is, I was like when we were doing the kind of hand fighting sparring, I was doing a really good job of peeling this off. That before I got it to here where it's solid, I just felt like Reeve just kept doing that to me. Right.
As soon as you
So-
clear it, you can snag the chin.
Right. Okay. So I don't need to. So I'm not like waiting to
Nah,
get here. And then
you don't
it's
have to
like,
do
oh, I've cleared it, then I go. Right. The other thing I was having trouble with as well is like that one where you can't kick the foot to get his leg to step back.
See how you went over the top of the head?
Yeah.
You're doing the same thing with the football grip.
Yeah.
Kick the foot and then just take the left hand to the chin.
Ah, right. So. Ah, yeah, that feels better. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, you don't want to ever reach over the top. That's how you get dug.
Yeah. Okay. Got you.
Good. No more questions? All right. Thank you, Michael. All right. So I'm gonna send in Mamad real quick. He's just gonna show guys a little thing from the Darce, just really quickly, okay? I had a few people say they like the front headlock stuff, and since we're in that position, we're gonna get right to it. And I always like to see as many like Darce setups and how people get in there and how they get tight. I love Darce. I have really, really long arms, but for me, there was a few things that I could get there and I just couldn't finish the guy. So I'm gonna have Mamad show a Darce and Couch quickly show a Anaconda, and we'll see if you can implement it into your game and it helps, okay? So Mamad, jump up there for me real quick. Guys, Mamad was a adult triple belt, Pants champion. Division was a little soft, but.
Okay, so guys, I like the best position I feel, or one of the best positions with low risk, high reward, as he said, is the front headlock. So we did do some setups with picks right now. You could also off a failed shot attempt. That's why like when you asked like why don't you like shooting, I shoot a lot, me personally. But to be honest, if you don't have a really good shot and that person has a really good sprawl, and then you're in a front headlock against a person who has really good chokes, guillotines, anacondas, and darces, you're gonna get tapped out. To be honest, That's why some people try to stay away from it. It is because of the front headlock. So anyway, you guys get there. Let's say he goes for a double leg or shot. Coming up that shot right here, I like to do it. Is a really, really good setup for it. From here, guys, there's a lot of ways to grab the front headlock. You guys can have your own preference. I like to do a chin strap right here, right on his chin. And then I like to bring my shoulder right in this notch area right here, putting pressure and then grabbing his tricep and extending. And this should suck for this person. Okay, so if you ask Spatch how you feeling, shit, yeah, right here. It does not feel good, guys. He's not gonna tap, okay? If he does, that means he sucks. But but he's not gonna tap, but it is uncomfortable, and that's gonna lead us to a tight front headlock, and also going into what we're getting into our Darce setups or Anacondas later on. So right here, guys, we're in our front headlock position. All I want you guys to do is we need to cut the angle before we shoot the Darce. A lot of people try to shoot the Darce from here. This isn't good, guys. They always complain. You guys can let me know, but like the biggest issue with Darce is people saying, oh, I have short arms, right? I don't think that's it, guys. I just think you guys are doing it wrong. Yes, if you have long arms, that will help, like being stronger, being faster, you know, having better cardio will always help you do things, but technique is always gonna help you reach the movements. So right here, guys, I just gotta cut the angle and drop the knee. That will lead me to reaching around his neck. I'm still not attacking the Darce yet, guys. A lot of people start shooting the Darce in, and there's, look, the second Spatch explodes up, like I don't have time, guys. Like even if I try to, I'm not saying it doesn't work. Yes, I could try to, yeah, but it's not a tight Darce, guys. And I want to get a really, really tight one where this guy has no chance but to get caught in it. So right here, guys, I'm gonna come around, I'm gonna shoot, I'm gonna grab their neck, just like so, guys. From here, I'm still not going for a Darce. I'm going to something called a 3/4 grip or a bolt cutter grip, guys. To do so, all you need to do is a gable grip, and then we're gonna come around just like so, okay? How I like to do it, and some other high-level guys like I talk to, we like to do the gable grip and throw over our pointer finger right next to our thumb. So it's just like a gable grip with the thumbs in, right here, but we're just bringing our pointer finger and bringing it all over, right next to the thumb. So this is gonna help you get more flexibility or dexterity right here with the grip, guys. Rather than this, I feel it's a little bit harder. You guys can try whatever you guys want. Some people like to do S grips, crazy grips. I was just saying, for me, my favorite grip, I played with all of them, is the thumb, the pointer finger right next to the thumb, and this modified gable grip where I can go. Okay, guys. So from here, guys, one more thing, and then we're gonna break up and work on this. Is we're not going low, okay? Nothing wrong with going low, but this is not what we're doing. If you go low right here, it's gonna be very hard to snap down, but there is a choke right here, okay? Nothing wrong with that, but we're not doing that. I want you to go higher on the head. This is where the head is weak, guys, because if he tries to lift up his head, keep it down. If he tries to lift up his head again, keep it down. It's very, very strong, guys. It's like wrenching on his head. This is where the neck muscles are weak. From here, guys, we're gonna bring him to his shoulder by bringing his head through the circle right here, guys. Imagine bringing his head through there. He has to. If he literally does not want to go down, he'll literally break his neck or tap. Like that's why usually they break down. It's because of how painful it is, pretty much. From here, guys, we're gonna stop and then get into Darce later. But I think this is the most important thing, is leading into the Darce rather than being in the Darce. When you're in a Darce, like the hardest part, guys, getting into like for example a choke or submission is not the submission itself, but getting into the submission. So let's really focus on these details before getting into the Darce itself. So right here, for instance, he shoots, I sprawl. All I'm doing, you can do whatever front headlock you guys want. I like this one right here, where I'm grabbing the chin, putting the pressure in this notch area, grabbing the tricep. I'm stepping over, dropping the knee, cutting this angle, grabbing the next one. If he lifts up his head, I have him right here just for the second, where I can go for this bolt cutter grip right here, or modified gable grip, whatever. So right here, guys, we're just gonna break him down to his shoulder, bringing his head through the circle, through his armpit. And from here, guys, we're not landing here. This is a big mistake. A lot of people go flat from here and boom, they lose it. There's things you can do to for them to run away, but we're not gonna work on that right now. But I want you guys to come to the side, because if he tries to go flat, he won't do it, okay? And then from here, we can go into our darts. Okay? Make sense, guys? Any questions? You guys want to see one more time?
Yes.
Yes.
So right here, he shoots and sprawl. And right here, I'm gonna step, drop the knee, grab the neck. But right here, guys, he's gonna try to lift up. No problem. I'm gonna go to the bull cutter. I'm not gonna do my Darce yet. I'm gonna break it down. I'm turning this way, okay, guys? Turning this way. And then we're gonna go into our Darce. Sound like a plan? On 2, guys. 1, 2. Boy. 3. Okay, guys, now we're gonna move into the Darce. He's gonna shoot. I get to my front headlock. Same thing, guys. I'm just gonna drop my knee, cut the angle. As I said, we're just grabbing this neck just to have a second for him before he explodes up to get to the bull cutter, guys. It's not here to hold him down. It's not here to do anything. Just to hold him down just for a second to get this bull cutter. After I do that, we're breaking him down. I'm cutting this angle. I'm not saying here, guys. Cutting this angle. From here, guys, if you feel like he's fighting his head up, let's bring him back down. Ugh. See? Fights his head up, bring him back down. Okay? From here, guys, when you feel like his chin is like tucked to his chest, that's when I go for the Darce by pushing his head down, see? And then weaseling this in. So look how much space. And you guys are like, oh, this is too much. No, because by the time I go for the bicep, he's gonna be lifting up his head. It's gonna fit right perfectly. Because this person should fight for it, guys. You guys are doing a Darce to a good guy, guys, or girl. So that is gonna try to defend. If you guys just start shallow from the beginning and then they start defending, they're gonna be out. So you want to try to get as much space as possible. When by the time you go for the Darce, they're already right here. If that makes sense. Okay. From here, guys, we're bringing this hand top of the back right here. Where it's not low, it's not right here. It's top of the back. I'm not squeezing yet, guys. We're not doing any of that. Squeezing at the end. From here, guys, we're gonna drop to our hip. And then from here, you can his goal is gonna be try to run away. You can either try to hook his leg, his top leg, come here, whatever you guys like. Me personally, I like to mount them. Come right here, okay? Still not squeezing, guys. Now the most important thing to finish the Darce, guys, is learning how to finish the squeeze. From here, guys, when you have a locked up Darce, we're not squeezing yet. What we're gonna do is gonna pinch our elbows together, flex our biceps, like activate the biceps. I know I have tiny biceps, but everyone does have a bicep. So we're gonna flex those biceps and then we're gonna squeeze. Squeezing is the last thing, guys. A lot of people do Darces and burn their arms out is because they just immediately start squeezing and it's not even a tight Darce. And then you might tap them, but maybe not. It might be just crank and the guy's just tough enough and he won't tap. So if you want to get a pure blood choke, guys, follow these tips. So or details. Right here, same thing, guys. We're coming around, grab the neck, go to the bull cutter, through the head, crank, crank, crank. From here, I'm pushing the head down, whistling my arm through, grabbing my bicep, bringing the arm to the top of the back, drop into my hip. I like to go to the mount. You can do whatever. From here, guys, I bring my elbows together, activating the biceps, then I'm squeezing. Boom. Pure blood choke, guys. One more time. Whatever way you guys get to the front headlock. Boom. Cutting the angle, grabbing the neck, bolt cutter, through the hole. Crank, crank, crank. Push on the head, weasel this in. Grab the bicep, top of the back. Dropping the hip. Now, I'm not squeezing yet, guys. Elbows together, flex the biceps, now squeeze. Hey guys, any questions?
Yes.
What's up?
What do you do when they, as you're tipping them to the mat, they start bringing that elbow back heavy?
What would they, you show me? Sorry, do it to me. Right here, so you just do it whenever you need to, okay?
Yeah.
So like this.
Yeah.
And I'll just come the bolt cutter. And that's fine. You stay right here. I'll weasel it in for you.
Yeah.
How was it?
It was good.
Okay. So see, but that's what they're gonna do, guys. They're gonna be tough. That they will be. Was that a crank or choke?
Choke.
Yeah, okay. So you gave me tough in the eyes and they wake up with this high, high shit. That was a choke, guys. Okay. So they will do that, guys, and that's one of the defenses. What I did with you is that you broke yourself down, which is fine. I just went straight to the bolt cutter. I cranked you down. I couldn't crank you down anymore. I just pushed and weaseled that in. You're so focused here, while I'm weaseling my arm in, I locked it up.
Well, I only put the elbow. I didn't try the arms, but I don't know.
But do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
I don't know if I would die if I tried to put the arm, but I didn't want to go full mode. I just wanted to see it.
Yeah. I'll answer, but I'll go work with you, okay?
Yeah.
But right here, but with people like him, guys, just squeezing won't work, guys. You're gonna really need to pinch those elbows together, flex the biceps, and then squeeze. Because people are tough, guys, especially if it's a crank. People, especially MMA fighters, guys, they won't tap. So you need to choke them out and put them to sleep.
It's a good question, man. That shit is a problem, you know, especially when you do Darce chokes and you don't have someone to defend like that. It's hard to do, you know. It's a shitty question. It's good.
Kind of answer your question? No? Okay. Okay. Any other questions?
Can you put him to sleep?
Later. Okay.
Oh, you remember? That's not good.
Okay, guys, let's break it up and let's work on it. On two, 1, 2.
Guys, real quick here. I want couch. You don't have clean shorts, I see. Okay. So, who do you want to squeeze? Ramon?
Yes.
Okay. So, guys, for me, Darce, as I was saying earlier, Darce, Anacondas, whichever. The problem is, take anything away from this. You don't have to immediately go to it. Take your time. Get it in tight. It's like a head and arm choke, okay? The head and arm pressure, it's the same thing, okay? So if Spatch is down, guys, say you're in a half guard. You should be able to get someone in this position, okay? And you should be able to choke them unconscious from this position. If I get here, okay, I don't want to be up here on his shoulder. I want to take my thumb. I want to take my thumb all the way down his back, and there can be no space here, okay? It can't be here. It's like when guys are doing this, they're lifting, okay? I want to take this thumb all the way down, take all of this away, and then I want to put the pressure on his chest, okay? So I can choke him unconscious from here, okay, to much easier. Same thing, there's no space, okay? So when you're doing these Darces, these Anacondas, you can't grab and start squeezing here. You wouldn't get on a rear naked choke and pull it back like that. And that's what most people are doing with the Darces and Anacondas. They're pulling them up. So you get in as deep as you can. Like Mamad said, you have to take your time. Slow. Take all of this away. Your bicep, a good rule of thumb, your bicep you want as far as it can be, connecting it to the jugular vein, okay? I want that in there as far as I can. That way when you flex, you should be able to almost feel their heartbeat, okay? And any arm chokes at all, okay? Also think about this, in a rear naked choke, because that's what it is, upside down basically, okay? If I grab this here, you don't want to be here. So I would be Darce choking him here, right? I want to be here. So then I can squeeze him, not pull him back. If it's here, the thought is I have to pull back, right? It's because my arm should be deeper. Okay, so think about your vein being underneath its chin. It's just upside down, okay? Same thing, I don't want to be here, okay? Sit up real quick. There's tons of spacing here where I could come in. Look how far back my bicep is on this side. I need it to the opposite side here, okay? I need it to the opposite side. So when I switch into this Darce, okay, I'm not cranking, I'm just squeezing here, my elbows to finish it. Does that make sense? So, Couch is gonna show you quickly. He's gonna speed his Kentucky voice up for you guys. so you can understand him a little better. He's gonna show you from the Anaconda how to ratchet strap and get a really, really tight grip. If you start to lose it or it's here, you feel like your fingers are slipping out or it's not as tight, he has a wonderful thing that he does that makes it much, much tighter. It was a game changer for me, so I'll turn it over. You ready?
Aye.
All right.
No.
All right, guys. So, with the Anaconda, how my move was cutting the angle to the inside here. We're just gonna do the same kind of to the outside, pulling the elbow forward, shooting the hand that's around their chin to the outside. So here we're just gonna take a step, pull that up. That way his head and his shoulder are more narrow, be easier to get to our bicep. Okay, so here, take that step, pull the elbow forward, and then from here, a good thing I like to do instead of just like shooting my hand through, like take the back of my hand and curl it around his lat. That way I can keep a pinch without having to have like a connection to my bicep. So here I can kind of clamp, almost choke with this alone. Okay, so here palm, so palm goes from the elbow here, step the leg up and sit through. Okay, once we sit them through, like Keith was saying, a lot of the problem is the elbows not being close enough and people pulling instead of like rounding or squeezing, right? So all we're gonna do, we're gonna take our thumb, turn it down and walk our hand from the inside of our bicep where it's shallow to the outside to our tricep, okay? So here, thumb down, our hand goes from the inside of the bicep. I'm gonna walk, walk, walk until my palm is on my tricep. Then I'm just gonna turn my thumb back towards me and bring it in and try to punch it. Try to punch my own wrist under my chin, here, okay? From here, we're just gonna bring our elbows together, big chest, into the back of the head, slow and steady, for the finish. Here, so chin strap, elbow control, step up to get that elbow forward, make them real, real narrow, punch that hand through, connect to the bicep, okay? From here, we're just gonna take one more step, up and out to sit through, okay? All you guys do from here, thumb down, walk the hand to the outside, thumb back into it, okay? From here, if you're not able to get your chin under your wrist, try to get almost to a knee so you can sit up here and bring it back down. So from here, all you guys have to do, instead of even going back down to your side, is just bring your elbows in. Okay? Any questions?
Please.
Can you do it facing this way so we can see that other palm thing you said?
So here, when you guys pull this elbow forward, don't just like try to yank it with your arm, because even if I pull it forward here, I give him a chance to grab my leg or like create some kind of offense from a really shitty position instead of just stepping up and keeping him like, giving him no options at all. Okay, so elbow control. Here, this is gonna stay tight. So you can almost finish the choke here as long as you keep your elbow tight and drop your shoulder down heavy enough. Okay, so here, take one more step from back here to up here to sit through. Thumb down, walk the hand to the outside, thumb back in. Okay, from here, if you're not able to get your chin over your wrist, you're just gonna bring this knee up to get our chin over it. From here, we're just gonna drive the elbows together and push our chest down. Any questions? Can you say it again?
A couple more times.
Only because he's an Aussie.
All right, guys, let's go. 1, 2. So here, get them here, stepping that leg up. Okay, and breaking them down from here. Okay, something that'll help when you guys are going to adjust, you know, with the ratchet strap. Instead of straightening your arm towards their hips, where it kind of like goes over the top of my hand and makes it hard to get to the outside. Because here, if I have my arm straight, I can't get to my tricep from here. Okay, so instead of going towards the hips
with the hand that you're ratchet strapping with, you want to kind of go towards like his bottom hip, okay? So instead of going here and trying to walk your hand out, which makes it a little bit harder, you want to punch your hand that you're ratchet strapping down towards the bottom hip, okay? So here, as opposed to being here and getting your hand all the way to the outside of your own arm, okay? And then punching it in here, okay? So from here, okay, sometimes guys that are really, really tough, especially like MMA type guys, are the hardest motherfuckers to choke, right? So a good defense from here is for Spatch to throw his arm over my hip, all right? And another reason I like sitting through instead of like doing like a gator roll, Olympic roll, whatever you like to call it, is because you get more attacks from here. Like you can chain a lot more front headlock stuff from here. So when Spatch goes to throw his arm over my hip, it kind of takes, regardless if my elbows are really tight, it kind of takes my ability to choke him away a little bit and gives me, but it gives me another option with the arm in. So all we're gonna do from here, the palms on the bicep, I'm just gonna take the hand I was ratchet strapping with, take it from his back to my own wrist here, and then I'm gonna use the same kind of motion we were using to get on top of him with the Anaconda. I'm gonna use the same motion to come into the mount. Okay, so my elbows are tight, my arm position and like my head and shoulders really don't change. I just turn, and step into the mount for the arm and guillotine finish, okay? When you guys are stepping into that, the biggest thing, just like the Anaconda and the Darce, is gonna be pinching the elbows, okay? So when you guys turn and step, you don't wanna pancake on top of them, okay? You wanna keep your head active as a post, keep your elbows tight, okay? So you're not like trying to pull his head off. You wanna like round your body to them, pinch your elbows and bring your hips down into their hips, okay? So, one more time. Here, I set into the Anaconda. He throws his arm over. As soon as he throws the arm over my hip, I'm gonna go from his back with this hand to my own wrist. So my hands, I never do this and here. My hands stay connected, or like there's always some kind of connection between my palm and my bicep, or my palm and my wrist. Okay, that way you guys stay super tight. So here, my hand just comes back to my own wrist. I'm gonna follow him, elbows tight, step over, and then we're just gonna bring our hips straight down with our head as a post. Okay? Any questions? Can you see it again?
One more.
Here, you're going to shoot this through. They defend by throwing the arm over the hip. Once they throw the arm over the hip, we're just going to move the hand from the back to our own wrist, elbows tight. The biggest thing here, when you grab your own wrist, instead of keeping your elbows up where they would be, is bringing them in together. That way when you circle, you can sit your hips basically straight into the guillotine.
Does it matter if he catches your leg? Or you bringing your leg round if he pushes like a heart down?
Here, so like this.
Yeah.
If he were to catch my leg, that means he can't come up. So I would just go straight back to this, because now he just gave me his leg and made the choke a lot tighter on himself. So if they end up catching your leg, just go straight back to the Anaconda. Here. Okay, another detail, instead of stepping like into the mount necessarily, I want to take like my heel and try to like hook into his spine. So instead of stepping like this and reaching for his hips, when you circle, step and try to like knee him in the shoulder when you step. So here, that way when you bring your hips down, it's super, super tight. Any more questions? Can you see it again? No? Alright, 1, 2. That's a good one. So you guys are here, and they go to throw the arm over. When you're circling around to come into the top for the finish, you want to get their head on the bottom side of your body. Okay, so you don't want to try to step into the arm in.
from here with the head in the middle, because here he's just gonna pop his head out, and I'm gonna lose it. Okay. So when you guys are sitting through for this, okay, he throws the arm over. Right. So watch. The thing about pinching the elbows as well is it brings the head to the bottom side because I have control of this head. I'm using the pinch with my elbow to kind of get it, pocket it on the inside here, okay? So here, I'm gonna pinch. Here, you see how my body is like on the side of his head and not like really on the crown, trying to bring his chin to his chest. Hello. More so. So, here, his ear is on my rib cage. And I'm gonna follow here. So you see how his head is pocketed instead of me being here and trying to step into the mount here and just snap his neck off. So here, when you guys are making this transition, just make sure the head's on the bottom side of your body and you're following it all the way through. All the way.
All right.
All right. Yeah. Any questions? This.
Already answered my question.
All right. 1, 2.
You just want to get in the training, get it in, let me know.
You show Anaconda, like Anaconda does.
Yeah, Pixley have to show you that. Okay. So the main thing I can tell you about the duck under is if you're not completely 100% selling the shot, okay, that's why if I can't wrestle and Pixley starts to do the duck under, don't start to do it and the guy just stands there, it doesn't work. That's why you do it against white belts and some blue belts or people who can't wrestle in general. You don't get the thing. It works better on high level wrestlers because they sprawl. That's the whole thing. So it's like you have to be ready to sell that shot. But I'll let Michael call it actually.
All right. It's really just you got to push into them when they push back. So Alejandro hits it from the wrist. He lets them grab his wrist. He fakes the sweep to this side and then he ducks under the arm. It's like a misdirection duck under. I don't really do it much, but that's how he sets it up. He lets them get wrist control. He steps in, fakes this shot, throws this over his head. All right, he ducks. So this is what it would look like.
Do you see how straight his spine stays? Remember, wrestling, your nose can't go over your toes. That's the big thing. Like, you take anything away from the hand fighting, officially done. Like when you're peeling it off, the hair brushing, you can't do this. The same thing. When you watch these really, really high, Randy Couture was the best person to watch back in UFC 15. In Collision Course was the name of it. I think he fought a guy and he just changes his levels like this. That's all he does. He doesn't shoot this way. He just changes his levels and barely moves. You watch Jordan Burroughs, he just changes his level. They keep straight, their spine stays straight. It doesn't lean over like that. So that's something really important to keep in mind when you guys are drilling, okay?
I think the easiest duck under would be double inside. Push into him. When you feel him push back, you're just going to throw your butt to your heels, pull him over the top of you. Push his back.
Jesus Christ.
There's so much momentum, you know? Yeah. So, one more time, you push into him, he pushes back, you just throw your butt to your heels and you pull him over the top of you.
Yeah, thank you.
I'm not very good at those.
You look pretty good.
I know how to do them.
All right, guys, anything?
Yeah, I did the last one when you did your knee cut. I've been having problems with like good leg lockers, like inverting underneath.
Sure.
And like kicking me off.
Okay. So, where are you entering from?
So it's like, so try and go for,
So
try and start in
are
headquarters.
you hanging out down here?
Yeah, and then as I try and go across, they try and scoop and kick you over.
So when we're here, you want to be hand fighting, of course. Okay, I want to be leading. I want to get my shoulder inside. Okay, if I can't get it inside, what's the easiest way for me to get it inside? Remember the green zone? You got to go back. Are you stepping back?
Trying to.
Okay, so bump this. Take your knee and replace where my forearm is here. Okay, so when I'm here, I'm going to bump that off here, and then I'm going to cut straight down. What you don't want to do, what you're probably doing is you're probably stepping, and then you're probably cutting out.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
So as soon as I get this hip stapled. Remember, your hands are just big staplers, okay? Anywhere I touch, it needs to be stapling.
Can you show us again how you're generating that power to bump him up?
Yeah, you're just going, so these little tiny shorts that he has here,
Yes.
okay, this is the green zone. Anything outside of this is the red zone. You want to stay out of the red zone because if he's here in the headquarters, okay, if I push down here, it's going to push his knee this way. It's pinning his hip. If I push down here, it's going to turn his hips over. So a lot of times I see people knee cutting and they do this and they're just putting themselves in this position. So this is what you want to beat. This is one of the hardest things to beat, especially with leg lockers. So I want to keep this knee out as much as I can. Okay, by doing that, I'm stapling this down. Okay, then I'm going to cut straight across. My knee is going to go, your knee's probably coming out. You take your knee straight down. Maybe you want to almost chip their ribs. Here. Okay? So anytime we're knee cutting, guys, I'm going straight down. Okay? And my hand is always going to go over and slap the mat. The reason for that is if I knee cut and I'm here, my shoulder is going to have to work for him. It's all the way up here. If he pushes me up, it's going to elevate me or push me back. Okay? So when I cut down, my shoulder needs to pin him flat here. Okay, so then what's your next move?
From here,
Yeah.
I'm struggling up.
So when you're in here in headquarters, okay, and you're fighting around, if you're dealing with this, okay, step back almost in a U and put it there. As soon as you feel the hip going over, okay, that's when you're going to cut.
Go straight back. Yeah.
That's my hip and shoulder getting ahead. So while this is going over, I would cut now.
Yeah.
Don't let the knee, a lot of people want to pin this here. Okay, and then you start getting elevated up, and then you can try to knee cut, and that's what happens, okay? So to stay ahead of this, I'm going to bump, and before it hits the ground, that's when I'm going to cut.
Nice.
Okay?
Yeah. Awesome. Thanks.
You got it, brother. Appreciate it. Cheers. Any other questions?
Sorry. You know, like a couple of details on like keeping a good half guard top pressure. You know, because I've been like.
Sure. Can you show me on you? When we were driving by, this guy was giving us the finger.
You did beat your hole.
We thought you looked like a fighter.
You use like wrist to wrist, like.
Okay, you want to make sure the pressure from there, okay? That's what you have to do. Gotcha. Okay, guys, so we're here. You're in half guard, right? You want to put a lot of pressure on these guys. The underhook, remember, underhook is king. For him, he wants to get up on his hip. Everything offensively from the bottom is them being able to move their spine, lifting up his hip. Okay, once he's here, he's dangerous. Okay, if he's flat on his back, he's a little bit more fucked. Okay, so I want to keep his shoulders pinned, his hips pinned, and his spine as straight as I can. When they get curved in their spine, that's when you can get armbarred. Okay, if I have his spine completely straight here, if he was going to go for an armbar on me, this would be hard, right? He wants to get his hip out so it can curve. So to do an armbar, go ahead. Okay, his hip has to come out to curve. Okay, so same thing when you guys are doing your passing. Okay, so if we're here in half guard, I'm going to pop this up. I want you to take your thumb and I want you to come all the way down their back as far as you can. Okay, so if I set him up, we won't do this, but I'm going to get my head here. I'm going to take my thumb and I'm going to put it all the way down his back. You see how it's pushing his neck and head backwards? Okay, that's because I'm driving my vein here, my bicep tendon, as much as I can into his throat here. Okay, so I want you to come down, lift them up and do this a couple times so you can see the pressure. If you see his head start looking back, there, that means it's tight enough. So from here, I'm going to gable grip and we're going to pull this down. I'm going to put it behind him and now I'm going to drive my shoulder, not into his neck, but into his sternum. So here, and then we're going to roll it up and put the pressure on, okay? You good?
Yeah.
Okay.
Couple more here.
Where's the couch at?
He's on the toilet.
Spanish, sorry. Try to get him back. It's okay. So one more time, guys. Just get him here. And this goes for anything. I'm in side control. Okay, I want to put this pressure on. So look at my shoulder, guys. My shoulder goes down, down, down. Then here. It's got to be in the lungs, like COVID, okay? here. I said that in California and they made me stop the seminar. That's no bullshit. Okay, so I'm here, down, okay, down. Look how much my bicep is pushing into his neck. Remember, if you lift him up, as soon as that comes down, look, his head is gonna go back. That's what I want you to do, okay? Get it there. So we'll do it from half guard. You can do it from anywhere though. Okay, I'm here, pull it down, drop the shoulder, and then the pressure is gonna come here, okay? Or I can get underneath, okay? You can finish him. If you get here, you can just finish him. Okay, guys will get lazy and they'll let you pop this out and get here. If you can get here on somebody, you should just finish them, okay? Same thing, I'll pull this in, pull this tight, get my thumb down his back, as far as I can. Look at his head, okay? Look at his head, okay? Coming down, so it's down, grab. It doesn't matter if he pops his arm out or not. Now I'm gonna put this down like I'm trying to pop his back. Drop my shoulder, okay? Then you can put the squeeze on the last. This is important, guys, for body lock passing. Okay, when you can get into this position, it makes your body lock passing much, much more effective, okay? So real quick, let's just jump into half guard, go down the back, sit them up, okay? Underhook, okay? Sit them up, okay? Here, and go down their back. Look at his head, down, okay? Here. Where'd you get that haircut? Okay, get your shoulder in, shoulder in. So I'm gonna put my shoulder underneath his chin. Okay, here. It's not on his chin or on his neck, it's underneath. Okay, if we were in the closed guard, same thing. If he sat up, say he's getting a corner or whatever, okay? Same thing. You pull it in, down, put the pressure here. Okay, I'm not telling you should do that from closed guard. Just telling you you can work on your pressure from there, okay? So grab a partner, half guard, lift them up, turn it over.
Sorry, can you show, in the, you mentioned the body lock scenario with the pressure, can you show how the hand is going there? In the middle of the back?
Middle of the back, over the arms.
I can give you that phone.
From the double underhook.
So strong, man. Thank you.
relax. I'll relax.
He's got his boots on.
That's my special move. No legs. No legs. Pretend it's like. Like they don't work. Leg locks don't work. Leg locks don't really work. It's not going to kill them. You don't tap. So it's basically pointless.
No, just do it, hello. Oh, fell forward.
How does this get them out?
Never get me.
What if I just drop that? It was
You want to have a roll? No. Are you good? Anton, is he good? He's a white guy. Oh, is he white? And you're white? Are you blue, Barely.
Keep going. Stop them from dying. You nearly got out. Huh? Yeah, thank you. My arm's getting up.
The further this is up, the less likely they are to be able to the less likely they're going to get with it. And also, I want to try to get my shoulder to the inside as much as I can. That's the idea. Closer, this shoulder to the ankle is further, the more range I have with my wrist. So think about my shoulder back here. I can go to here, but here. And it's equal high, it's beautiful. Here, I can take this wrist down all the way down here. So if you're in a shoulder position, I would So really put it, don't take let's split the bounce leg on your midline. On your midline. My midline here is this shoulder for you. Your midline is my knee. So I want to try to get the freedom here to my midline. And start to work, get to this here, and then take it back. That's it.
For this one? The next one. I'm trying to do like, no one's helping me, so I'm trying to do like one video and then one roll.
I'll video if you want.
Do you want to? Yeah. Or just my move?
Let's see how good your back defence is now, Dan. Nice, Dan, good. Try and get your elbow underneath, Dan, face on top. Left hand, big pummel out. Left hand, big pummel over the top. I'd pull guard. He's in the Jordanian national wrestling team. You got no chance.
So, name, belt, how long you've been training, and the name of the gym.
Sure.
Go ahead.
Hi, my name is Paul Lukowski. I'm the owner of Nottingham MMA. I've been training about 17 years. I'm a second degree black belt under Jacare Ramiro Calavanti.
So, how did you hear about the guys?
Well, obviously, being into Jiu Jitsu, I've heard of Daisy Fresh through the various flograppling channels. Then myself and a couple of other guys, we've competed on Grapple Fest, and of course they came over a few years ago. And since then, we've been in touch with various Daisy Fresh guys. We've met them at the Grapple Fest. They're all super friendly, super nice guys. So we built a relationship that way. I've spoke to Heath. I also run another company called Subguards. I made Heath a couple of gifts, and the guys were all super happy. And they all came and greeted me and thanked me. So that's how I know a lot of the guys from Daisy Fresh.
And then, what did you think about the seminar today? Like, what kind of impact do you think it had?
I mean, so 17 years of Jiu-Jitsu, I've had a lot of seminars, and for me, the Daisy Fresh one's one of the best. And because I speak to a lot of gym owners and a lot of affiliations, they've all said the same thing, because normally a seminar is just one guy, and it's quite hard for them to go around the guys and teach, whereas because you bring like a team with you and you all know the same stuff, it's just nice that they all go around and help, and I think that's the most important thing about the Daisy Fresh seminar, is like you just get more one-to-one help. And I mean, look at the time now, it's nearly 5 o'clock, you guys started at 12 o'clock, like, who does that? So that's the great thing about the Daisy Fresh guys. I mean, some of them are still rolling, still sharing techniques now. I mean, me and Couch have just been talking about a 50-50 heel hook, and it's nearly 5 o'clock, so I think that's the best thing. You guys put the time and effort into it, and that's what's really appreciated on our behalf.
Okay, so just your name, how long you've been training, and then the gym.
Yeah, my name's Shane Curtis. I've been training about 7.5 years now, and I'm training at Nottingham MMA. I always have.
And how did you hear about the guys and Daisy Fresh?
I guess first time I ever heard of them was when they came over for Grapple Fest, and then I got speaking to Heath, made quite a good friendship with him, the guys, went to one of his seminars and camps last year, and then I was speaking to him not that long ago, and I knew they were coming back over, so I thought, why not? Like, I want everyone at the gym to see what they can teach, and yeah.
And so what did you think about the seminar now that you've had it?
Yeah, it's exactly what I expected. Like, brilliant to see loads of different techniques from different guys.
Who is it?
Scratching his arse out.
Oh.
Yeah, but no, it was really good. Really enjoyed it. I'm looking forward to German techniques, and also coming out to Mount Vernon and training with the guys themselves.
What do you think sets apart this seminar from like other ones that you've been to?
It's nice having like multiple people showing different things rather than the same person showing one thing or multiple things, where like everyone seems to be a specialist in the thing they're showing. So it's nice seeing that like kind of level of detail from multiple people rather than like good things from a great guy than great things from everyone.